One of the biggest surprises of the season is the Miami Dolphins, who find themselves with 10 wins and just one victory away from the playoffs. A huge turnaround from their tank for Tua season last year, and while the offense has been just average, Brian Flores has this defense winning games. Miami's D has looked legit, not just stat padding versus the Jets or the Bungles, but plays on their best ball against playoff teams. They've beaten strong teams like the Rams and the Cardinals, and have taken division leaders like the Bills, Seahawks, and Chiefs to the wire. Before we get started, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It really helps out our channel. Brian Flores is a master of disguise, rarely giving a quarterback the defense they're expecting. Miami loves to give a QB a certain pre-snap read, and then shapeshift into something different post-snap. This has resulted in a ton of negative plays and turnovers in every game of the season. On the first third down against the Cardinals, the Dolphins are defending only 3 yards, so they bring 7 in the box, all crowding the line. The running back motions out, and with Bobby McCain following him, it reveals what appears to be a pretty clear cover 0. Now I want you to take a moment and try to guess who's rushing, who's going into coverage, and if it's a man or a zone defense. Kyler thinks he's going to have an easy completion to Kirk on the quick slant. However, at the snap, Brandon Jones and Brian Cole drop to play as part of a cover 4. From the end zone view, you can see how this disguise helps create the pressure. With Miami showing more rushers than they can block, they have to leave it one man unblocked, meaning Kyler must throw to his hot read, the slant route. Jones and Cole both engage on the snap before dropping into coverage, forcing the line to pinch and allowing Shaq Lawson to come in unblocked. Lawson's pressure forces Kyler to roll right, and Miami again shows they are well coached, reading the eyes of the quarterback and rolling their underneath zones to the slant. Ogbah helps cement the great play by blowing through the right tackle, then throwing Kyler to the ground without the ball. And with Lawson coming free off the edge, he's there for the scoop and score. If you aren't able to tell with a freeze frame and a wide angle, imagine being a quarterback seeing this in person. Against the Rams, the Dolphins had a field day, forcing 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions, with both interceptions coming off this all-out pressure look. Facing cover 0 against the Rams 5 wide, Goff knows he won't have much time, so he's going to have to get this ball out quickly to cup underneath. Goff is right, he doesn't have that much time, as Ogbah comes off the edge untouched. But here's where Flores bested Goff. It's almost the exact same coverage as against the Cardinals. However, this time, it's the linebacker Baker and the lineman Christian Wilkins dropping, who steps right into the passing lane for an easy INT. The second interception came in the second quarter, from the same cover 0 look, this time versus 4 wide formation. However, this time, the Dolphins are coming, bringing 7 versus the Rams 6 blockers, and this causes a miscommunication in protection. When you have one more man than you can block, it's advantageous to leave the man who is furthest distance from the quarterback, giving him the maximum time to find a receiver. But with the previous fake coverage in his mind, Goff thinks somebody is dropping, so he tries to go outside to the receiver. He guessed wrong, as Baker flies into Goff's grill in under a second, forcing a quick and bad throw that Rowe is able to jump. You can see how these disguised looks can be a nightmare for opposing offenses. Linemen can't distinguish who's pass rushing, and quarterbacks can't tell what the coverage is, or even who's dropping into coverage. Pre-snap, it looks like Grugier Hill will come off the edge, and potentially Jones if the back doesn't go on a route. At the snap, Grugier Hill will drop middle, and Baker rushes with Jones taking Bell. Grugier Hill goes right into the passing lane, forcing Mahomes to drop this off into a contested coverage. On this big 4th and short versus Seahawks, Flores will dial up an exotic and gutsy blitz. Freezing it again, try to guess where the pressure is coming from. Got an idea? Okay, let's roll a film. Showing pressure in the middle with Van Noy lined up in the A-gap, the pressure is actually coming from Nick Needman, the slot defender coming from the top of the numbers. Jamal Perry and Van Noy have Lockett in a bracket coverage, and this clogs up the middle of the field, leaving Wilson with no options. The wide blitz forces the running back to pick him up, allowing Ogbah and Sealer to collapse the pocket for a big 4th down stop. Here on 3rd down, they do a great job to bring Mahomes down for a sack. Miami is lined up with 3 linemen spread wide, and the backers even wider. and then line Brandon Jones up behind the nose, hiding the gap he'll rush in. Grugier Hill picks up Williams out of the backfield, and Baker collapses the pocket, forcing Mahomes to step up right into the great interior rush. Let's revisit the field day the Dolphins defense had against the Rams. More cover 0, and the line again isn't able to set the protection, so when the Dolphins bring 6 at the snap, they'll have an untouched rusher. Darrell Henderson commits a critical error on the motion, not chipping Lawson, who lights up Goff like a Christmas tree. Van Ginkel is there for another scoop and score. While they've done a lot with disguises, you can't generate this many turnovers with just X's and O's. Miami has players making moves. Miami's first interception against Mahomes came on Kansas City's first drive of the game. The Chiefs are trying to set up a double fake middle tight end screen. Miami's only going to rush 4, dropping into a Tampa 2. Kelsey and the right tackle block Van Ginkel right into the passing lane, who makes an athletic play to quickly pop up and volley the ball back to Byron Jones. On this goal line stand, Miami is given another disguised look to take away the middle, but the play is just Xavien Howard balling out. Manned up on Metcalf on the outside, Howard has to defend the goal line slant. Russ has to loft this ball to get over Ogba, and Howard jumps the route and snags the interception. There's something special about Brian Flores defending the Seattle goal line slant. Going back to that Kansas City game, Mahomes' third interception was candidate for catch of the year. KC is in trips right, running a fade smash, with Tyreek Hill running the fade from the inside. Motion out Edwards-Helaire reveals the Dolphins are in a cover 2 man. Neither safety is in a position to make a play on anybody, meaning Howard is one-on-one with the fastest wide receiver in the league. Mahomes lofts one up to what looks like to be a sure touchdown, only to be snatched away by Howard on a leaping grab. Mahomes could have dumped this to his back or put this ball more to the corner, but this is a touchdown 9 out of 10 times. Props to Howard. The 3 interceptions on Mahomes came from a 4-man pressure, and this is exactly how you limit Mahomes. You take away his options downfield, and you have disciplined linemen who won't let him escape. Learning the ropes on the Belichick coaching staff, Flores is no stranger to discipline, but he has done an outstanding job with it in Miami, especially considering the lack of the offseason. These plays aren't necessarily the flashiest, but they lead to winning football. On Miami's record sack for a 30-yard loss, they again show a blitz look, with 6 guys in a box dropping into a cover 1 robber. Great job by both ends to not let Mahomes pull off his Madden magic, keeping him contained and bringing him down for the big loss. Here against the Rams, the Dolphins will quickly shut down this Malcolm Brown stretch. Watch as Van Noy sets the edge and the line gets a great interior push, forcing Brown to string out this run as he's wrapped up by Sealer. With 6 in the box, Miami is showing pressure and will bring it on in the run blitz. Jones comes off the edge, taking on the pulling guard, while Grugier Hill is reading Mahomes. Jerome Baker is able to evade a blocker and bring down Clyde for no gain. This time against Cam before the end of the half. With the safety coming out of the box to take Michelle on the move, New England has 5 blockers on 5 rushers, favorable numbers for their QB. Yet Wilkins will blow this play up for a 2-yard loss by shooting the gap of the down blocking guard. And finally, here's some disciplined goal line defense from last week's game versus the Raiders. From the 6-yard line, the Raiders go 5 wide, looking to get the ball to Darren Waller. To counter this, the Dolphins are in a cover 1, and Bobby McCain shuts down both Carr's first 2 reads, Waller and Ruggs. Carr is forced to go to Renfro on the whip route, where Needham's tight coverage wraps him short of the end zone, bringing out the field goal unit. With the defense giving up a league-leading 18.8 points a game, and a league-best 1.8 takeaways per game, the Dolphins defense is doing all they can to create manageable situations for their young offense. A Week 17 matchup against the Bills is all that stands between them and a return to the playoffs, which is much easier said than done. By creating disguised looks on defense, staying disciplined, and forcing turnovers, the Dolphins have a good shot at making the playoffs. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you want more football straight away, why not check out our breakdown on how Devontae Adams gets open, or how Frank Reich designs his mesh concept.